Hey everyone, how y'all doing? And it's Thursday today. Hope I got it right this time.
Good morning, Avi.
Good evening.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Yes, no? Good?
Yeah, now we can.
Good, thank you. There we go. Great. Happy Thursday, guys. Great. Getting everything to work here. Cool. All right, let's get a screen up. Where are we? All right, there we go. Got a screen. And let's see. I had a look at the news already. I don't see anything that should be troublesome. There are the levels today. Hey, what happened there? Who knows what happened between 8:30 and 9 o'clock? What was that? Looks like a bunch of news or something made things move around. Let's see. What do we have here? We had news at 8:30.
Yeah, jobless claims.
Yeah, okay. And just before 9 as well. Yeah, between 8:30 and yep, all right. Jobless. So what happened? Everyone lost their jobs or kept their jobs? Something important we should know about? All right. Yeah, I don't see too much trouble in this market. That 1 minute action has basically broken the patterns I look at. I don't like the consolidation here at the top. It's not a good one. It's not ideal. I want to see these lows getting higher. As you see, the highs getting lower here in the middle. I want to see that ascending wedge up here for the breakout to the upside. I'm not seeing that at the moment. I am seeing very firm resistance right there. Yesterday's high, which is approximately where there's resistance today. And without a good consolidation, I don't want to go against that. So the breakout to the upside is invalid until it gets to that green, and then we'll have a look again. But we'll see. So nothing to stop me from trading this morning other than the setup. All right. Mark Adam, let's see, that was you from yesterday. Is it Mark Adam or Mark Adam? Because it's one word to me, and I pronounce it almost like in an Arabic kind of way. Mark Adam. It's kind of like Asian. Mark Adam, 2 words. Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Or is that Yana? All right, Mark, yeah, go ahead. I'll get it all mixed up here. You can use the mic.
Yeah, my bad. It's just you can call me whichever you want, man. I'm Turkish.
Okay.
Both works.
That explains it. Istanbul has the European side and the Asia side, right? Interesting city.
Yeah. A little bit of both.
And I basically spent most of my life, my entire life, on the border of both sides.
Awesome, man. Hell yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cool. Scott, you like the haircut? That haircut was overdue, Scott. Way overdue. It should have been done 2 weeks ago. I was just lazy. Anyways. Alexander, yeah, I did end up trading yesterday. I had a couple of losses early in the day, like before noon, I think. And then later on, I got 2 decent ones, and it was a decent green day in the end. And it was late by the time I was done. I didn't really bother making the reviews and stuff, but I'll do it today. I can look at the screenshots and do the trade recap. All right, what else do we need here? We need more charts. I need more charts.
Avi, did you just buy a bunch of SPX contracts at 8:49? Is that what happened here?
It looks like I'm going to claim that I did today. Let's see who believes.
That's what I thought. I was like, well, Avi must be up trading already. So.
Oh man, the options market's closed till 9:30.
Well, not the SPX.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm doing SPY. Yeah.
I thought maybe you just switched up for the pre-market and you're like, let me get this one in real quick.
You know what? I would like to do SPX. Commissions would be a lot easier on me. But again, liquidity. Like just getting into something like a $12 contract, trying to get 100 of those. Trying to get out of 100 of those quickly was a problem, I realized. I have more liquidity on the SPY. So that's my whole reason for being
futures,
here.
Man.
futures don't offer that kind of leverage that I'm used to. I have to like
Yes. I mean, yeah, with the gamma.
Yeah. So for now, I still haven't found a very good reason to move over. But oh, there is something I did yesterday. I've done it before, but I did it again yesterday. I'll tell you guys now. Let's look at the chart here. Let's say I'm taking the breakdown, okay, from this 595.50 zone all the way down to 593.50. But let's call it halfway. Let's put a line there. Halfway, I'm not sure about it. So what I would do is take the 595 contract out of the money, take the short, close most of it down here at this 594.50. And then when I'm convinced it's breaking through and it's going to continue the second leg down, then I'll at that point buy the 595 contract, risking some of the gains I realized on that first half of the move and take it for the rest of the move. So what I'm doing is I'm staying close to the strike price. I'm generally out of the money. But the advantage of staying near the strike price is your liquidity is okay. You don't have such a big issue. So I did some of this yesterday, late in the day. I've done it before. I think I might move more and more into this stuff. It's interesting because you're in one move, but in two simultaneous positions with two different strikes. One of them you'd consider it over, and the other one you take some of the realized gains and risk it on the next one. So a little more complex, but again, the problem I'm trying to solve is liquidity. Most of you don't have that problem. You don't have to think about this, but just some new stuff I'm working on. So I gotta say, man, getting out of something like 3,000, 4,000 contracts and it doesn't exit you when you need to, that's a little difficult. Katie. High class problems. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Liquidity is a good problem. Well, you know what? Think about it this way. We have plenty of people in this world who've made billions out of the market. Think about guys like Buffett, for example. This is the obvious one we know. Where did he find that kind of liquidity from? He's got a big old hedge fund or what? I don't know, but how all that really works. But you figured you need tons of leverage and 100,000 contracts and options just to hedge a single position. Forget about using it really, but just hedging. So I don't know how those guys do it. So I figured the liquidity exists. It's somewhere. I just haven't cracked the code.
It's one of those things where they call ahead basically and talk to their people who talk to their people, and they just put the deal together. You have that kind of money.
Yeah. You can talk to the bankers and create whatever. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and those large orders you see, it's bouncing around, filling an order all at one price for several days or whatever. That's kind of how they have to get in and out.
Yeah, and they're not exactly day trading. So yeah, they keep hitting that same limit order basically many days. Yeah, makes sense. That goes more into the swing trading mindset. I might go back to swing trading. I don't know. We'll see. That's another way of solving the problem. Yeah, just longer term. Go even further out. With the SPY, it may not be such a bad idea. We'll see. I trust the SPY overnight more than I do something like NVIDIA or Tesla. So, anyways, we'll see. But all right, let's revisit real quick the new stuff. All of it's done for now for the day, for the morning before the open. So it's a good thing there's nothing in the way until noon, which doesn't even look like it's truly important stuff. Anyways, noon I'll be doing a webinar. So guys, yeah, today noon webinar in Trading Terminal. If you miss it, don't message me asking for a recording. Okay, you didn't take the time to show up. That's your problem. But today at noon, Trading Terminal, don't miss it. Okay, you're gonna love it. So fun. Let's get rid of this line. All right, so this whole setup is interesting. That green line is, it's not really where I like to put risk on. But if it truly sets up ascending wedge and stuff, then it might be a momentum play going up. I won't take it as one of those plays that I hold from level to level. It's a scalping thing because I know things come back to my level very often. But again, even now on the 30-minute chart, it just keeps rejecting the level. It doesn't consolidate genuinely there. I want to see, a couple of 30-minute candles just sitting right underneath. They're not getting pushed down as firmly as they have been since yesterday. Basically, yesterday's high is a troublesome area. Again, ideally, what I would look for is this thing comes down. It's a short, and then it bounces off of this high a couple of days ago. 593.50. That's the big reversal. To me, that's a huge one. You can see this up. That's the high of a big old ABCD pattern. Here's the breakout. Come down. That's a retest of the breakout that happened 2 days ago. And this one, ideally, I'd hold it, within a day. If it goes up to 600, great. But that level is where I have the most conviction today. If the candlesticks set up, that's always the most important thing. Price action. So that's that. Let's see. Thor should be here with us in a minute, and he'll share his insights with us. And we'll see. Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Morning.
What do you think of Qs? Like, they seems like holding yesterday's high very well. Sorry, I lost your voice.
Back now? All good? Yes? Can you hear me again? No?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
Okay. It's shit. Hold on. Just a minute. Let me quickly just adjust this thing before we have this problem nonstop. All right. How's that? You guys still got me? No? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Now we can.
Okay. I'm going to go to the auction house and bid for Elvis Presley's old microphone. That way we won't have this problem. We'll do that this weekend, promise. All right. So, Dave, yesterday's highs. Again, my strategy is not based on highs and lows of previous days. These are things I look at times, but I don't base my positions on them. But what you have here on the Qs, if you're looking at it, yesterday's high is right here. If I was looking at it, I'd say, yeah, that's very interesting because it gapped up, then it lost it, but now it's holding it again. And again, I'd be careful of this pre-market. So you might want to be interested to go long off of yesterday's high, showing strength. But at that pre-market high zone, about 530.75 or so, you want to be careful with it. And then add more if it breaks out from there. I don't really trust this big candle. That looks like a whole lot of news stuff. So, it's a bit of a broken pattern. And the ways to really look at this is actually on the daily charts. So let's remove this. Now you see this. If you're looking at a daily chart setup, what you have is this thing is a big old consolidation. At first, this was the high, right about in this area. And the breakout happened on this day. It actually gapped up and sold off, so it was a false break. And then, so that would become the new high right there. You're looking for the breakout, which happened 3 days ago. And then yesterday, look at that, bounced right off it. So there's a breakout, there's a retest. Today's a continuation, which is basically the long off of yesterday's high. Simple as you like. That's how I would do it if I was really trading off of these daily chart levels. I used to like this. So yeah, you can look at things like that if you like. But the bigger picture is here. You have this consolidation, breakout, retest. And the retest is, a good convincing area to get going. That would have been yesterday's low. So, cool.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, that's how that works. Again, I intentionally don't trade this stuff no more, but it's all there. I trade this stuff, 30-minute stuff. You have that resistance up there again. That's again the pre-market zone. Look at that. See that? Ooh. This is stuff that I prefer to watch. These kinds of levels. Anyways, cool. All right, what are we looking at? We have a minute to the open. I'm going to keep watching the SPY very closely at the open today. I'm very interested to see how it behaves at this level here. It gets up to this 597.93 and perhaps a very aggressive pop up through there. I will take it as a scalping opportunity. Again, not typical for what I do. Oddly enough, this week I've had a few of those already. Maybe I'm in the mood for that stuff. I don't know. But it's interesting. If that happens, I would be 599. So out of the money. Be careful with going on big size here. But the opportunity is half decent. The resistance level. Ideally, a breakout retest with the momentum is straight up. I'm sure 600 will be in play once it gets through 599. It's almost for sure going to tag 600. But really, the bigger plays for me will happen later. All right, a few seconds to the open, guys. Which we set up. The market is a gold mine, as you all know. Take it easy, and let's have some fun with this. All right, what do we have? Weakness to begin with. Bounce off of my zone. Let's see that resistance zone right up there. Yeah, very interesting. 597.93. Still jumpy. Again, I'm watching that red line. It's jumpy. You can see some moving smoothly, right? It's moving and stopping, moving and stopping. That's not smooth. That's jumpy. That's jerky. It's like someone who doesn't know how to drive a stick shift. You don't want to sit in that car, right? Same thing. Very jerky. So catching the breakout is a very difficult thing to do off of that green line. I'm not going to do that. I'll wait for a retest. And if it doesn't give me that and just goes, forget about it. Let it go. I'll catch the next one. See, for now, still finding the same resistance. It's only been about a minute. Yeah. So actually a well-defined opening range already. You can see there's resistance and support all on the 1 minute candle. Now, ORBs on this is an interesting point. If you guys like ORBs, again, not something I do these days. There you go, ORB to the down happening. On the SPY, as it broke the low of the first candle, you'd already be taking partials down there. Resistance, yeah, it's going inside a range. I don't really like that range area. All right, off it goes. No trade. Gotta wait for it. So that thing didn't happen. It may still happen a little later, but for now, it's going the other way quite firmly. Anyone in this? ORB, 1 minute ORB on the SPY going down. This is where you be careful with it. It's right in the middle of a seriously choppy zone. You can see where it was. That was the close. Well, the close of the post market a few days ago, where it's bounced. Right now, where it bounced. Interesting, huh? These levels really work. What do we have? Let's see. If it gets down to that level, what do we have? Do we have anything of note? We have that firm resistance up overhead down here. I don't see anything. Hold on. Maybe there's something down there. I'm looking way back here. Look at that. See that resistance there? It bounced off yesterday. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it very clearly. 95.48. If there is a serious bit of buying momentum down there, I will be interested there because that was resistance, very firm resistance, turned support just in the last couple of days. And this whole thing is a consolidation ready for a continuation up. Definitely not thinking short for now, but just a long if it bounces off the bottom level. So let's see if that happens. Again, 1 minute chart, if it goes down there, it gives me a good reversal pattern. And I'm seeing that aggressive buyers are coming. I said aggressive. Because I typically don't go in between ranges. But if the buyers are very aggressive, and a bigger picture, you can see that is support. That's where they're always buying. This is where Warren Buffett's just buying it up. So if you're able to identify that, then you have a momentum play. Same thing happened yesterday. It came down and bounced straight off on the second candle. It did even here. I think over here is where I caught it long. Late in the day, something like that. Let's wait and see. Let's wait. So I'm not looking at anything else intently, but I have them open on different charts. Yeah, PLTR looks strong. Hood was yesterday and again strong. Oh, good ORB on Hood, third minute. Tesla, tricky, but yeah, good ORB down. Same story as the SPY, really. Tesla looks very similar. And NVIDIA struggling, not going anywhere strong, but then failing. There's some stuff going around the market here today.
Hey, Nathan, how's the book looking there?
For which one?
I'm looking at ES.
It's looking pretty bullish, but it was really having trouble after that pop to find any buyers. So, I mean, it's starting to fill in a lot better to the downside, but it's still pretty bullish. It's just struggling to find buyers right in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of big orders, all the way up from 59.95 all the way up to 60.30. But it's struggling too right here. It just can't lift the ask.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need those aggressive buyers to come in, and I think they're sitting and waiting at that pre-market low area, as they have been for the last 3 days or the last 2 days. Let's see what happens down there. If the price gets there, if massive buyers come in, I just think new buyers will pop in there. A lot of them.
Yeah, I know it's trying to show these candles of these bottoming wicks, but man, it just cannot lift at all.
Yeah, yeah, I don't trust it in this area. Definitely not. This is not enough to convince you of putting risk on the long side. It lost the high of a couple days ago as well. Firm rejection of yesterday's high. I mean, super firm. That was in the first minute, and you can see pre-market just a struggle. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go against that. If it breaks through that, that's when I would go long, but not happening. Let's see. Either those buyers come in further down if the price gets down there, or from here it goes slowly up to that pre-market resistance area, 598, and then think of a breakout from there. You know, yeah, out of the money would be great because this isn't a very large range that I've got on my charts, but going out of the money, you can leverage even a small move. But again, your timing has to be so good. Well, just like anything, trading the open, timing has to be good. No matter if your options out of the money or whatever, it doesn't matter. Timing has to be good. Otherwise, the risk is just too high. Anyone in touch with Thor? That's not like him to not show up. There's other guys who would do that, but not him. Hope he's doing all right.
I could text him. He was in our chat room this morning, and
All good. He's either, I figured he's either tied up with something with family or he's trading.
yeah, I would say it'd probably have to be something with his daughter or something. But if you want me to text him, I can. But he said he was going to go get a drink and then jump in here. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
All good. All good. If he's not here, that means he's got something going on. So I'd rather not disturb him for now. I'll check on him a little afterwards. After a little while. Yeah. Where is all right. It's funny. I see what's going on.
What do you think about this PLTR sort of forming this ABCD if it can hold this price?
PLTR. Let's see. Yeah, 1 minute you have an ABCD. It's interesting. You got this hammer down here, yeah. So that hammer's at a good point. As long as it stays above that, if you're identifying that as a C, 130.2 or so, it could be all right. Perhaps you have the VWAP or something there, 9 EMA, something. That would make sense. It already put in a new high after that hammer, so that's good. I think it's a decent ABCD pattern. You can get in here, stop below, and find a way to add as it goes. And otherwise, you have a good stop in place. This is definitely by no means weak. It's just strong. It's all strong. Just candlestick wise, that's what I see. I think it looks all right. All right, down to the SPY again. We're getting down to the zone here. If I take this, I'm going out of the money. It'll be 596. If I take it, there it is, 596. All right. Now, here's interest. Let's watch what happens. Does it bounce heavily or does it break through? It's not going to sit here, I don't think. There you go. Has no bounce in it yet. Where's the pre-market low? It's right there. That's the precise level. You can see that candle there. There's a precise bounce. And, ooh, that's interesting. It's almost precise. 1, 2, 3, 7, 20 cents. There must be volume in this. Anyways, I'm watching it. I'm ready to enter if I find more conviction. 1 candle bounce, second candle so far bouncing. All right, I'm getting into this out of the money. 596. In some decent size. I'd like to get in heavier, but not yet. I need more conviction. Stop is pretty tight. It's below the low of day. There it is. There's aggression in this. So, all right, I'm into some heavier size now, but ready to get out quick. This is out of the money. Best go quick, or I'm not going to hold on to this. I really want to see the buyers push up very aggressively. There you go. Whoa, look at that. That's the way I like to see it. All right, another 1,000 contracts. All right. Now we're going through the strike. I don't want to add here around 596. Ideally, it just pumps right through it. The troublesome area is just above 596, where it found that support previously. I think that is a difficult zone. I'm going to put a line there. So over there, I'd like to de-risk a bit, as in bring the stop up. But let's see. Let's get through the strike at this point. On the other hand, if it bounces off my Avi8ors level, I'll try and add further down. Let it come down a bit more and find a way to add. It's already a very heavy size, so adding at this point is just pure greed, really. There we go. Hit that green line. No, yes, no, yes, no. Go on, go on. There we go. Through the strike. There we go. Good. So far, it's okay. The target is the next Avi8ors level up, 597.50. Now, I still can't really tighten the stop because that has to be. Well, if I can, I'm trying to think, to add up here, I don't know where to add. I can't add. This is not going to happen. All right, can't really add. I mean, a full size risk on this would be, I don't know, probably double the size, probably like 5,000 contracts, something like that. But just can't put it on, not yet at least. Okay, so resistance so far up here, right where it struggled earlier, you can see that consolidation zone where the candles got slower going down. That's where it resisted. So still waiting. Let's see if it goes. Stop is way down here, about one. Give it a bit of room down there. About 145 or so. But talk to judge. Again, these are 0 DT. I just got to watch the price action and hit the button if it gets there. So in this case, now it's a good reverse ABCD to push and break the low of day. Let's see if that happens, or now it could turn into a double bottom kind of setup. Either way. There you go. Ooh, that's a good bounce. Look at that. It's right about where I entered anyway. I can perhaps add a bit more here. Not too much. Oh, I can't. Why not? Hey. Oh, what the hell? I'm out of buying power? Oh. Shit, I didn't check my account. Okay, no big deal. I'll check it later. So that's about as much as my account will allow me to buy right now. Anyways, the risk is pretty full. What's going on with the rest of this market, huh? Everything's stagnant. Everything on my screen is going sideways the last 4 minutes, just like the SPY. It's interesting. And there's a pop on Tesla and NVIDIA. There we go. Now I'm curious about moving my stop from below the green line to just below the burgundy line. But I mean, as far as the options are concerned, there's no difference. It's hardly pennies. So moving it in doesn't allow me to add more. Once it really pops through, then I can move it in towards below the green line, the further up one here, which would basically be break even. So just looking for a little pop and to be out of the risk environment. And then we're in business. Otherwise, take the stop and wait for the next one, which could be anywhere. All right, here comes a stop. If it loses the green line, I'm out of it very quickly. So far, I found a slightly higher buyer, and I can't add. I don't have any money left to add. But that would have been a good point to add just 10 seconds ago.
It's like you can just feel the hesitation in the market right now.
Yeah, it's really hesitating. Yeah, those buyers were there, but then, well, there it goes. I'm out of there. Come on, scale out, scale out, scale out. Come on, this thing. Yeah, you can feel it doesn't want to go. The buyers were there, but they don't want to. They're not able to lift the price up.
Yeah,
Right?
it's just like you could feel almost on both sides too. You just kind of
Yeah.
feel the hesitation going on there.
Yep, definitely. And the
Yeah,
momentum
that's-
came in very aggressively down here. This is a good reverse ABCD. In the end, it turned out to be really a good one. For those of you who catch the low of daybreak, that is really cool. But yeah, it was hesitant. You can definitely see it.
Yeah, that
All right.
stopped a lot of people out that move because the book cleared
Yeah.
up to the top side.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can read all that stuff. Pretty cool, huh? Well, that's what stops are for. You know, you stop out, but you don't blow up. Now, what's interesting is we got the next level down. That's the level I was really looking at. I'm really curious about the bounce down here. The next level down, 593.48. Let's see if it behaves the same down there that I did up here. Then I'll be interested. For now, what lines do I have? Nothing important. Oh, look at where it is here. This is interesting. This very serious low a couple days ago. I'm going to put a line there. You can see that is massive support. Let's see what happens. It just hit there. It put in a hammer. Let's see. Where did all this go?
Got in the Tesla short.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I see it's moving down, moving in waves.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got it at 320. So
Early. Nice. For the second leg down, if you guys are looking at the 1 minute on Tesla, you'll see the reverse
Yeah.
ABCD as well, and with a nice reverse hammer in that. So that's about 317, 316, that reverse hammer. That was good. Again, good pattern, the kind of stuff I'd look for.
yeah, I added on that reverse hammer or whatever
You did?
that is. Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Go get it, man. Go get it.
I am also in Tesla.
Nice. There you go. Tesla's moving well. Smooth compared to, well, I haven't really looked at much else, but yeah, smooth on my screen. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, guess what happened today, guys? I did not get a speeding ticket. That was quite a relief. Yesterday, I couldn't get away from it.
Come on, man. Dubai need the money for infrastructure, so you gotta get speeding tickets.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm funding it at this point.
They were probably surprised too.
Yeah, right.
They're like, well, we got the picture. It alerted us that he went by, but no ticket.
They probably have
Going
a
out to-
team meeting today.
Yeah, they're checking the cameras. Like, we think our system's off. We didn't give this guy a ticket this time.
Oh, those guys are hilarious. Freaking Dubai police. It's funny. They all have supercars, Lambos, and whatever, but they never chase anyone. They just sit there eating snacks, you know, and let the speed cameras just catch them and send them a text message later. Yeah, yeah, pay your ticket. You know, that's it. It's hilarious. You never get pulled over around here.
80-20.
Yeah, right. They got this whole 80-20 thing down. They're amazing.
You never told us about the snacks part.
Oh yeah, you gotta love these Arabic snacks. They're all sweet, lots of date syrup and stuff. They're just hilarious, really delicious.
Avi, will you take 595 short because of now break and test?
No, no, no. I'm not thinking short at all. Firstly, on a 30-minute, there's no genuine setup that I like. On a bigger picture, you have a massive buyer down here. And look, this thing is just going up. Well, the way I'm seeing it is a short would mean a reversal. I'm seeing it just as a long. This is just a consolidation to continue upward, bigger picture. Look, it's back into my long area again. I might get in here. And it found buyers a little lower than where I anticipated. So that's a good sign. I might get involved again. Let's see if it truly reclaims this zone. Then I will I'll get involved. For now, yeah, just waiting for it to set up. What the hell? I'm trying to figure out. There it is. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in the short. If anything, later, maybe if things change, but for now, no. The long is what makes the most sense to my eyes. Why is everything messed up on my screens today? I don't get it. Oh, I need a pin. That's what it is.
Every time Tesla monster smashing the bed. Aggressive.
There you go, 314, huh? They're hitting it. But wait on it. I just feel like there's more in this market to the upside. It's moving down nicely, comfortably for now, as in, well, not smooth, but at least steady.
I'd like to see a retest of this buyer, see if this buyer's still here that we just got.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really curious. In the same place, 594.80. Was it? Yeah, just about five. That low of a couple days ago. That's where that buyer is, and then it reclaims my level. I'll be into this going long. That would be an interesting setup. That's the same attempt I had earlier. I'll do it again.
Have any particular interest why you weren't interested in a short?
Yeah, nothing setting up on the short. Nothing. I mean, it's just a big consolidation after a big move up, and I don't see a setup for a reversal going down. There's no big reversal. You can consider there was a consolidation here and then going down, but you're running right into this buyer. I don't have conviction to go against it. So if you shorted it there when it broke down, it ran right into this buyer. See, and it's messing around. And then by the time it breaks that buyer and continues short, in my eyes, that's already way too gone. I mean, look at my level. There's no room to make money on this. And there's buyers everywhere. Look at this. Higher lows all day. Yesterday was huge. So I'm just waiting for the long. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Look at this high over here. And then another high just in the pre-market, much higher. This is higher highs. This is telling me things are generally moving up. So for now, the setup is all long. I don't see a genuine setup for a short, only risky ones. So I'd be very careful with the shorts.
Thanks, Avi.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So let's see if this low holds. It's a little bit higher than the earlier one. So still going to take a little bit. So we really need these buyers to not just buy, but keep stepping the buys up, keep stepping the price up, or the price that they're paying. What's going on here? Yeah, it's just messing around in this area, huh? No conviction to go anywhere. Did that even earlier for about 5 minutes and broke down just a little bit. And the same thing, I'm not going anywhere. But let's see. Wait and see. There's a temptation to go long off of this lower green level, but that's not my trade. I have to go off of these levels, especially going in a reversal setup. Very, very dangerous to take this as a double bottom. It's a decent one. It's not great. Basically, if the double bottom proves itself, it would break that middle of the double bottom, right? Which is pretty much at my level. And to me, that's good conviction. That's when you got an opportunity.
So Avi, so
Mhm.
30-minute candle is basically closing below the level and engulfing. Would you consider a short after that?
No,
No.
it's not an engulfing. It should be higher, and then
Okay.
if it closes about here, sure, that's engulfing. And also, it shouldn't have a wick on the downside. And
Okay.
then that point, then it's already gone, And also to enter down here below this green line, for me, there's again not much to play with. And
Yeah.
also, I'm going against all these buyers. I'd rather just wait for it, let it go, come down here. You see that?
Yes,
Up
sir.
here, resistance, breakout, this consolidation. Sorry, this breakout. This is a retest of that breakout that'll happen here if that
Okay.
happens.
All right.
That is where I will get more aggressive.
All right.
For now, it gave me one opportunity and it didn't work. So wait for the next one.
Thank
That's
you.
really all there is. Mhm.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yes, thank you. You must wait. Otherwise, even if you make money, it's dirty money and you don't sleep well. If you have such values. And I've had plenty of dirty money. I don't want to do that again. Sleep is more important. Oh, what the hell, man? Can't figure this stuff out.
Yeah, imagine getting night sweats because you got dirty money from trading. Like,
Yeah, it's like you stabbed someone on the street and took their wallet. That's what it feels like. I'd rather give the wallet back. I don't like the feeling. I mean, yeah, the market does take money away from us in a very dirty way. It does it all the time. Doesn't mean that we have to go down to that level and be dirty, right? We got our values. It's a little tricky to think about, I know, especially when you're in a losing streak. But it's a tricky business. There you go. Now it's going down. Made a new low of day. Boom. All right, let's get ready for this. If it bounces here again, I'd go out of the money 5. Was it 594? 594 calls. Today's expiry is just fine. All right, let's get down there and let's see what we can do. And I'm having a buying power problem, which I gotta fix. I thought I had more buying power, but clearly I didn't. I was not on top of it today. Let me see what I can do with this.
There seems to be a ton of calls at 597, 598. Nathan, are you seeing anything on Spot Gamma?
Yeah, on Trace, we're looking like we're in kind of a buying pressure area, but the negative gamma is like building up to the downside. There's really not any support really down until 59.05, which is still that JPM collar. So we're back right in the middle of that JPM collar. But yeah, nothing's going on with the options. We kind of just keep sliding off both the options.
Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah, we're not. It looks like some put selling's picking up right now for SPX. Let's see the equities. Yeah, equities. Yeah, call selling and puts and put buying is picking up quite a bit. But it looks just more like it's fading because there's no interest today. Like everybody's just kind of timid to go either short or long. So we're just kind of bouncing around right into limit orders. But yeah, I went short YM. It's just slipping down, slipping into the bid. It just keeps slipping lower. So I went short YM at S4.
You said short the future, is that right?
Yeah, Dow futures.
Nice.
So it was just really weak.
Yeah.
And the Qs are about the only thing holding right here at S3, but it's not looking strong. Yeah, just everybody's timid.
Gotta wait for those big players. And this was a key inflection point earlier. So I'm looking at that zone. I think another inflection point is this high of day today, which was high of yesterday as well. That will be interesting. 2 levels that I think have a lot of good conviction for buyers to step in. We tried that low of pre-market, that failed. The buyer stepped in momentarily, but clearly not enough. So let's see. Now it's retesting the breakdown that it did a few minutes ago, which was that intraday level a few days ago. Let's see. going on here in the chat, guys? I'm missing all of this. Tesla bearish books, legit. This is a fifth retest of 595 consolidation. 595, fifth retest. Really? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what I mean by that 595.5, yeah, it's being tested 5 times. Like the consolidation at the support is the first move, the second move, third move, fourth move, and fifth move. So it's more and more tests happening at the support, the weaker it gets, right? So
Yep.
what do you think about that?
Yeah, well, clearly it did break down, right? So that came
Yeah.
true. It did go right through it. But let's see, again, for the short, I have no conviction on a clean, clear move down. And sure enough, look at this thing. It's a mess going down. So, but if you look at the upside also, look at that. That's been smashing into the upside there much more consistently. So I'm much more interested in that breakout going upward. It's just been hitting it more consistently than the downside. It kept buying up off the downside, you see, except for the post market yesterday, it kept buying up. So I was never convinced of the short, and of course, including that big wick down there. I don't want to go against it. So multiple reasons why I'm just not going to think of it short in this zone. If it's a short, let it prove itself to me way later. For now, no. But I really think there's more to be had in the day. We just got to find the levels, the key levels where there's big players coming into the market. So let's see. We'll find something. Yeah, Adi, go ahead.
Hi, Avi. Good morning, good afternoon. Just one observation. SPY daily, I mean, we've seen this rally come through over the last few weeks, but there's no volume to support it, basically. Right? We haven't seen, like, the volume levels have been very, very low. I know we are just doing like day trading and everything, but that's what brings an extra risk element to it, basically.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see the volume either. Really, I mean, do you see it somewhere in my chart? Not coming in at all.
Yeah, no, I'm just absolutely.
You got a lot of background noise, Adi, coming through your mic.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, volume is low. I get it. If it is low, I have no clue because I'm not interested in that. But if that's part of your playbook and you don't play it when there's low volume, then don't play it. Just let it be. Come back when there is volume, right? Put an indicator for volume, or rather an alert for volume. And when the volume is at the level you like it, then come and trade. But again, that depends on your trade book. It's not a part of my trade book. For me, it's pure candlesticks. So that's how I see it.
Hey, does anyone know if the BBT website is down?
I don't know. It seemed okay this morning. Seems okay so far to me as well.
Yeah, the website's looking fine.
You know what? Just clear your cache in your browser. I've had that once in a while. And the BBT site does go down when the cache gets buggy and full. Take a look at that, perhaps. I couldn't get into the chat room at all. At one point, I realized the cache was just jammed. Try that. Maybach news at 10. Nah, nothing significant. We already passed 10. You can see there's nothing really moved. Yeah. Yeah, Pedro, go ahead.
Can we have your view on the Tesla?
Can't hear you, Pedro. You're very, very weak. What am I looking at here? What the hell? There we go. There we go. Now it makes sense. What you got, Pedro? Tesla. Yeah, sure. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Keeping my eyes on the SPY here because I think there's opportunities. What do we have? Tesla has been weak since yesterday, well, since previously as well. Reverse ABCD. It came into today. Already did the breakdown. Retested. Opened right there. So yeah, I think before the open, just looking in hindsight, it would have been a decent setup to go short off of that level right there. Let's see, the 1 minute. Yeah, push up and then at the 1 minute ORB going down, fractal pattern, right? Straight to the next level. pull up, then break low of day, retest of that previous low of day, straight down. Now, well, I'd be careful with it, right? You have already had a couple of legs down. I want to be careful. It's likely not to want to go anywhere. I don't plan for more than 2 legs typically. It's already done. Looks like 2.5 or 3. I wouldn't play with it now. And if it was truly a good reversal, you'd find the buyers were more aggressive than this. This is chop. The buyers should have ambushed the price down here at about 312 and really run it up by now. So I'm not seeing the buyers getting aggressive. Maybe they will up here. Maybe above 317. But yeah, that's what I think of it. I think it's chop. Most things look like this right now. Most things on my charts.
Yeah, I got out of this. I saw right there.
All right, good. Yeah. Yeah, things already moved. That opening stuff is over, I think. So now wait for the slow one. Well, the slow ones are where the big money's made. So look at this thing. It's just messy down here. So I'm just not interested in the SPY down here for a short. But the long, again, just on a bigger perspective. That bounce off of a few days ago. That would be fun, or the breakout up there. Yeah, maybe even going back in, but let's see. It's not too messy in here like it has been previously. You can see there's direction. It was consolidation, then pushed up, came down as a trend, then go up in a trend, and come down in a trend. It's not like every candle is wicking up and down this whole range. So that's a good sign. It is still a range, so be more careful with it. But as far as today's action is concerned, also look at that. Came down decently smooth. Not too much trouble. What do we got here? Yeah, Alkis, go ahead. Pedro, you good?
Hi,
Yeah.
Avi. Hi, everyone. I wanted to ask you about Google. It has been in a range for the past few days, I would say, between 166, 67, and 73. What do you think? What is your view on the stock? It is stuck within these barriers. Do you think it's gonna break out?
Oh, yeah, you have this range here, basically stuck in this zone. So if you're looking at the daily setup, there's nothing there. It's just stuck, right? So the breakout 175-ish or so, that's where you'd look at it, or the breakdown. But if that's what you're looking at a daily chart, this is a key level down here. You can see that resistance, and then it got choppy right there, and it broke out and bounced off. You may have traded that bounce going long in that zone. But it's just, and then you have the top. So daily chart, don't play with it in here unless you got in 3 days ago and you're holding still. I'd be very careful with this.
Perfect. Thank you, Avi.
Yep.
Try to stick with the edges, right?
Yeah. On whatever your strategy is, I always like to do that. Find the levels and stay. Yeah, go in at the edges of the levels. Don't go in the middle of the range. That's when you find trouble.
Absolutely. Thank you, Avi. Thank you very much.
Sure. Oh man. All right. So what are we doing here? SPY going, not going, going, not going. It's gonna be hours till we find something here, huh? That's a little strange. Celine, were you saying that the BBT channel or room wasn't working for you, the website? No, yes, no. Things are really strange on my screen today. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah. Today you didn't get that quality consolidation in the pre-market that you've been getting in a lot of these days, where you have about 3 candles in the pre-market, 3 30-minute candles that are pretty tight consolidations before the breakout, and the lows have been getting higher, basically an ascending wedge. You just didn't see that today. It wasn't there. So there was no conviction to go long up in that zone to break through all the resistance. Just not there. Again, different behavior from the last few days. Yeah. Top, bottom, this zone. Let's see if we get something. Push to the upside. Again, we have a higher low here on the SPY so far, but I'm not going to get involved anywhere here. No way.
Avi, you gonna send the link for the webinar here, right? In a Discord or?
I already put it out there. It's in the
Okay.
Discord. And
Okay.
if you don't find it, it's it's in Trading Terminal. Just click on webinar. It'll be there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Maybach, go ahead.
So you wouldn't consider shorting in this consolidation? Would you consider going on the next lower level at all, or no?
Shorting. The
Oh, not
only way
shorting. Sorry. Buying puts, going long puts.
Yeah. So that would be going short at the level lower 593.48. Yeah, if it gets there and it gives me a reverse ABCD setup on a 30-minute chart. So that'll take a couple hours. It'll be hours
Okay,
from
thank
now.
you.
All right. Once again, if the SPY truly goes back up to that previous attempt on the trade, I'll attempt the same trade. But I'll have to go in the money this time because the behavior of the market is very different now. It's slow, basically. And you need to have the ability to hold through slow times. Yeah, Alkis, go ahead.
Javi, what do you think in periods like this where there is which is slow and low volume? Which is the best approach? Is it more, to maybe not having that to do, to have less big positions and keep them longer and stay and stick, to the significant levels? What do you think could be a good strategy around that? Because it could be, for days or even weeks, but how can you handle this?
Take a nap. Don't interact with the market. Just leave it alone. You don't need it. There's no point taking half-baked setups. If your trade book is not there, don't create it in your head and say it's slow, but it's okay. It's kind of borderline. You're taking a D-grade setup, What's the point of that? You're taking a setup in your head. There's nothing on the screen. So you'll be careful of that. That is very important.
So right. Thank you, Avi. You're so right.
Yeah, that'll keep you out of trouble, man. Definitely important. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Another boring morning, huh? At the moment, at least. We had some activity a little earlier. Hood on my screen in Tesla. NVIDIA is such a mess. But slow. Very slow. I can't wait for A+ setup. Yeah, me too. Here's the thing about A+ setups. Even when you take A+ setups, they still fail half the time. As in, after you get it, you don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work. It's always 50-50. That's why we use stops. That's what stops you from blowing up accounts. It's okay to take a few stops. As long as you don't blow up the account or you blow up your own emotions, you're okay. That's what's important. Manage your risk, and then profit will just take care of itself. Yeah.
Avi, you mentioned something earlier about moving money around more into this account so you can increase the purchase power. So
Yeah.
trade, just FYI.
Thanks. Yeah, I already sorted that out. I was confused. I was wondering where the buying power went in my account. Anyways, I logged in and sorted that out. Thanks. All good. I have multiple accounts. I keep moving money around them. I don't want to keep too much in the day trading account. I usually check it before every trading day, make sure it's in the right place. But today I forgot to look at it and do permissions and all that. But all good. Yeah, Shane, go ahead.
So I'm noticing when you're getting into a position, you have like kind of your stop loss level and you're adding to it. So as you're adding to it, you're keeping that same level, which is, increasing the stop loss, which it doesn't affect you. But that's what I'm kind of noticing is like, as I'm adding into the position, I'm dragging the stop loss to the 1R.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should I just keep at the same level and accept the bigger loss at the stop loss and as you're holding the size?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. What I'm doing actually is when I'm getting in my first couple of entries, I'm not even at 1R yet. It takes me about 5 or 6 entries to get into a size that I would call 1R. And then at that point, if I want to add more, then I got to tighten the stop before I can add. So typically I don't get into a full R position until I add in 3, 4, 5 times or something like that. So I'm doing it a little different. It's a little bit more complex, but what you're doing is fine. You get in with 1R, and only if the price action allows you to move your stop loss in tighter, then move it in tighter, and then you can add some more while still maintaining 1R. I recommend just sticking to that. That's the simple way to do it. I'm just dealing with liquidity, so I'm not gonna go buy like 4,000 contracts up front. It's always 100 at a time, so I'm really slowly scaling into these things. So
yeah, it's just the algos obviously know where all the obvious stops are. I mean, you could just see it's going to be above a consolidation somewhere, above or below if you're going long or short. But it's not hard to figure out. That's why it's so hard for me to, it makes like 2-minute candles high and I take an ad and then it goes back to my original stop, just to liquidate orders. And that's the frustration I've been going through.
Yeah. That's a bit tricky. So when I do stops, I always give it a bit of wiggle room, just a bit. Again, you kind of eyeball that. I'm not very precise about it. I'm going to give it some room off of the low of the candle or something like that. And most of the time that helps. But again, if it stops you out and then it goes in your favor, that's fine because you have a second chance to get in on it. But make sure you do stop out, because if it goes against you and you don't stop out and then it keeps going against you and you still haven't stopped out, now you got a real problem. So that's what you want to protect yourself from. I don't mind taking 10 stops. That's no big deal. But once I don't hit the stop, that's it. The whole account's blown up. So really be careful with that. Be very careful. That's interesting. Thor and the boot campers don't look like they're in here today. Wonder what's going on. I have no update on anything right now. Might be a separate Google room. I don't even know. We'll find out later. Anyways, 10 more minutes for this session. And then we have the webinar at noon, guys. So come on into that one. And it'll be another fun one. What do we got? Sujit, you're looking at PLTR. Yeah, interesting. It just broke that opening high and it's got high of day overhead. I don't know. I struggle to trust this thing. I know it's been in play a lot, but it's mostly for scalpers. which is not my style really. All right, let's see if, yeah, 595, that's the contract I want. The SPY is just stuck in this zone. You see where it is, this whole choppy zone? I don't want to touch it here. Let it get out of here. Reclaim that Fibonacci level, either up or react to the one further down, either way. And we'll get something. Thor was in the other room, Daisy. All right, good. That explains it. Yeah, I know what happened here. We have a bit of a mix-up with the the room. Actually, the new Google Meet code was up today, and I guess Thor didn't get the update, and I guess a lot of people didn't. It's actually in the boot camp area. No big deal. We'll put it in there, make sure everyone gets it. All right, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere finally. So it would have been nice to get in at the bottom, but this is a choppy, messy zone. All right, so this green line up here is just previous intraday level right there. And let's see, I wanted to claim this green level, next green level, which is just the previous low of day. You can see how it's respected. How this intraday stuff, you can really just nail them down. You just gotta be patient. And then, yeah, get the next one. 5 minute would be interesting. Would it? Not really. All right, what do we have? 595 contracts. It's gonna be at about $2 or more when I get in, around there. Wait, 595. Yeah, there come the buyers. So this is an interesting area, the Fibonacci level here. There was resistance not long ago. So let's see what happens with this. Whoa, there it goes. Okay, we got momentum. Oh, crap. What are we doing with momentum? When there's momentum, I got to go out the money. Okay, I'm getting in. Again, same old contract I took earlier. Trying to scale in. My stop is below the green line. I really wanted to pull back before I add more. Cannot add in this zone. Ideally, it makes an ABCD pattern just above the Fibonacci level. But I am seeing a lot of good momentum. This is aggressive. So I went back into the earlier contract, the same one. See that it's not even able to come back yet. I want to get a little pullback into the buyers to prove themselves. There we go. Let's see now. 24. Okay, there's the candle close. Here's the ad. Let's double up that size. There we go. Size is okay. And now it's a sit and wait kind of thing. So there's still resistance overhead, so I gotta be careful with adding. Need to find buyers really pushing up. For now, I'm seeing wicks on the top side, not in support of the buyers.
I see this momentum you're speaking of on a 30-minute, that giant red candle. I wouldn't have any reason to think it wasn't just going to chop right here.
Yeah, fair enough. It could not. That's why with momentum trades, I don't hold them very long. They either work quickly or I'm out. If you look at the earlier one, it was barely 4 or 5 minutes, and I was like, that's enough. And sure enough, it only took that long to tell me whether it's going to work or stop out. These are typically like that. You know, you don't get too much fuss with them. Okay, here we go. New high. I would like to add. It's difficult to add. I still don't have a great stop, as in still wide. Okay, and into this at the strike. Whoa, there we go. Yikes, it's getting big. Can't add up here. Oh boy, I got some orders that haven't filled. Okay, one filled. Close the other. Okay, that's enough. That's a huge size for the wide stop. You got to be very careful. That's a strike. I added basically, by the time I got the ad, it was at the strike. You saw this thing jump. It was like a low float just jumping. And now with all the conviction that we've had down here, found new buyers, all the fun stuff, I'm looking for it to get through the green line, and then I can move my stop in tighter. Adding above there would be interesting. Actually, at that point, I might take the 597s, so 2 simultaneous contracts. I've done that before. That gets a little more complex, but let's see. So anyways, this is the minor level I'm looking at. What was support turned resistance, and now we're back at it. Breakout, retest, all that happened, but I'm looking at the bigger picture of bigger buyers. Didn't quite get down there, but it's close.
Candles previous was the VWAP, the one that was, you see the VIC. That's why he was just buying some. Yeah, that was the VWAP. Yeah, but it's past it now.
What do you like more, VWAP or Avinacci stuff?
No, or you were saying that there was VIC, and you said that it's just because it was knocking the VWAP.
Yeah, it's a good reason I don't have the VWAP, right? I'd be terrified if there was a VWAP there. You remove the emotional triggers, and then you're okay.
Where's your stop loss?
I don't know. I have no clue. No, the stop is here below the burgundy area. Basically, the entry candle, this big one with the big wick. If it loses that bottom, I don't want to be in this because it would lose this. This is a very important level, this Avinacci one. You can see where it was resistance. Here, the breakdown, it was resistance. I'm looking at it as support. It should come and bounce off it if it's healthy. And now I want to move my stop in tighter up in here if it truly is claiming the green line. I can't do it yet. The stop started out below the green line here. Now it's pushed up here. It's still super wide. It's still not, I mean, that entry was just no good. And as in it moved faster than I could enter, put it that way. But what would be really healthy and exciting is, yeah, if it comes down and bounces off of the burgundy line here, ideally it does that, but it does it quickly. Again, I don't want it to take too long to do that. Then I can perhaps add some down here and not have to move the stop too far out. And then we get the rip. Again, these are ideal situations, which do happen from time to time. Just got to be aware of them. There we go. That intraday level is super interesting, right? You can see that. Call it VWAP if you like. I just call it intraday level.
It'll be one of those rare triple bottom.
Triple bottom. Yeah, down here. Yeah. Well, again, reversals are tricky. This is effectively a reversal on a 1 minute chart. They're very difficult because they get momentum, then they chop, then they get momentum, then they chop. I mean, this got so much momentum. By the time I managed to get some entries, it was already through my strike price. Look at these. See how this moved so fast, this option contract, because the strike price is right about there, 596. So these are big, big candles on the move right now. And that's where my entry is. That's where the risk on this one is enormously high. It's it just got faster than I could be. So anyways, I'm in it. I'm watching it closely. If it don't want to go, the key thing is don't blow up an account. Just take the next trade. If it goes, great. Just manage the risk. All right, let's go. There we go. See that? We're getting wicks up here, but still the sellers are not pushing it truly down. The buyers are firmly holding. Now we just had this candle close, very firm, positive. Here's the breakout opportunity, maybe. Break that wick and go up. I'd love to move my stop below this little ABCD if it breaks out and goes, if I can add. I've got a decent size. It's okay, but let's see. Where's it going? Where's it going? Break. Come on, break. Yeah, just can't add. There's a new high, but again, where's that momentum? Is it there? Is it not? It's not really convincing. You know, it's there, but not there. Not really there. 153. My stop is basic. My break even is right below the ABCD anyways. It's super tight to even bring this to break even. I don't think there's an add opportunity anywhere on this one. It just has to go or not go.
Obviously, target 597.5, or are you looking at descaling somewhere in between?
Where I'm looking at the next Avinacci level up, 597.5, yeah. And in between, there's a little trouble. Actually, where it is right now is the most troublesome zone. Other than that, it's on its way. You know, let it run. There we go. There we go. Let's get something. Let's get something out of this. No, yes, no. Doesn't want to go. Slow piece of junk. Yeah, I just can't add over here. My stop is still down there, still wide. But if the moment I add, I have to bring the stop in right below here. It's going to be super tight. And going into a choppy zone. But what I'm really excited about here is that most importantly for the option side of things, it goes away from 596, it goes in the money. And then risk becomes easier. These candles stop being so big. They go smoother. Then managing it is much easier. Right now, as long as it's in this area, it's gonna just do this. These are huge candles, up and down. Up is fine, but down obviously is dangerous, right? So super careful in this zone. Again, the bottom of this ABCD is very important. You can see where this resistance was earlier. Did the breakout? Here comes a retest of that breakout. That'll be fun. Let's see if this retests properly. Minor level right there, micro level. Just to keep an eye on it. This is where I want to bounce. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to be very careful. Let's see. There it is. No, went right through it. Got the finger on the trigger. Where's that bounce happening? No happening. Micro level stuff. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad at all. It's not too bad. Here, I'll put a little bit more in there. There we go. Breakout, retest, Wyckoff stuff. Still can't move the stop, but I know where I want to move it to once it goes, if it goes. It's basically under this green area where I just added some. Let's see if that keeps happening. Anyway, the stop is still down here in this zone. There we go. Now it wants to go the other way. Look at this thing. Pretty nutty, huh? And oddly enough, this is an even better place to add. But I can't, just can't. It's too heavy. All right, there we go. Oh, yes. Wait, what was this? Was that the stop? What's the level? Yes, that's it. That's it. I'm really watching these buyers. Again, they're aggressive. I know they're there. But the sellers are right in the middle of this right now. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Getting a big bad spread on this as well. Ugh, not spread, sorry, slippage. You can see one liquidate. It takes 5 transactions to liquidate this fucking thing. Anyways. So that one didn't work either. What do we have? We have a reverse ABCD now. That's interesting, but still I won't go against it. This is going down. I won't go against it. As in, it's going into this this support. So that was a good attempt. 2 attempts. Both of them were okay. Just a matter of getting one to work. Oh, well, one of those days, huh? All right. Oh, look at that. Guys, 10:30. Already passed it. All right. Busy with these trades. So 12. That's an hour and a half webinar room in Trading Terminal. All right, guys? We're going to have some fun with this one today. Again, a different one. It's not a strategy session. It's not, what do you call it? It's not options. No, something else. Yeah, May, go ahead. No, yes, no, I got a question. No. All right, I'm going to stop the recording here, guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. Don't forget Trading Terminal. That's where it is, okay? Talk to you all soon.